This is Brian here with the update. Today is Friday, October the 2nd, 2015. And boy, I had a hell of a week. I was admitted to the hospital last week. So let me tell you what has happened, because Friday was my birthday. So let me tell you the beginning of the story here. Last month, I got my flu shot. And a week later, I just start coughing, and then everybody else in my household start coughing and having a sore throat, nose. So I thought, okay, it can't be they tell you that it could happen with the flu shot, but my other families were sick at the same time. Well, I did. Well, I got. And then my grandma, she went to the doctor and said that she has bronchitis. I said, well, hell, I have it too then. So I never could have got for work early enough to go to the doctor and schedule conflicts, and then the doctor was off for certain amount of days for his vacation. Just all these scheduling conflicts. And then last week, it just got so bad and worse that Thursday night, which was, was it last Thursday? The 24th? Yeah, the 24th. Um, Around midnight, I woke up and just could not grasp a breath. Like I was out of breath. And just coughing. I couldn't stop coughing. It was like a very deep cough that I could not stop. On and on, and my face, my whole face and body was just pure red. Just couldn't breathe, basically. Like I felt like I was being suffocated. It felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. So my family members drove me up to the emergency room over here, and they did all these tests. They gave me breathing treatments. They gave me a whole bunch of drugs, cough syrup, a whole bunch of it. And they did a chest x-ray, and it came back I had pneumonia in the left lung. I thought the lady was joking with me or something. I didn't take her seriously. I said, "Are you for sure?" I thought I just had bronchitis. I didn't know it was that serious. She said, "Yes, we have to admit you to hospital because your heart rate is extremely high, and your oxygen is extremely low from coughing so much, and I couldn't breathe very well. I was like like a dog, and I bet those people heard me coughing all over the damn place back there. They did at 12, like 1 o'clock in the morning in this emergency room. And I went to the freestanding emergency room that Presbyterian Hospital has. So they're not attached to the hospital. And she said, well, the way you're going to be admitted to hospitals, we have an ambulance that will come get you in an hour or so and take you to the hospital campus. And I asked her, well, I hope I don't get a bill for that, because if so, I just have my family members take me. I'm not, I can walk. They said, no, you won't get a bill because under Texas law, you went to our freestanding. We have to provide transportation to our main campus by law, so you don't get billed for that. I said, okay, thankfully. So I got in, I think around 3 or 4 in the morning into the hospital, and I went through the ambulance, and boy, that was a bumpy ride, and I almost got sick inside of it too. Because all that drugs and coughing, not a very good mixture of things. So they got me situated in the hospital room on the second floor. Um, I thought, boy, I can get some rest now. Boy, was I wrong. They came back and changed up the IV stuff and taped it good on my arm, because it's not taped up, I guess. I don't know. They gave me more drugs, cough syrup to suppress the cough, inhalers. They gave me a couple more breathing treatment. But by this time, I think I had like 8 breathing treatments so far. And they took some blood out of IV, and I don't know what was wrong with that. Then they turned and took some blood out of my arm with the needle directly, direct draw, I guess. So by this point, it's getting 5 or 6 in the morning, and the shift change happens at 7 o'clock in the morning. So the registration people came around 6 o'clock. That's when the hospital opens up and everything starts happening. And then the registration people came, and like every 20 minutes, people start coming back. And then at 7 o'clock, the old nurse brought the new nurse in and told them the situation and all this. And they ask you all the questions over again, all that crap that they do. And gave me the proper medications again, and another breathing treatment by the respiratory therapist, and all this. Finally, they brought me something to eat for breakfast around 8 to 8:30 in the morning. I ate some of that and went back to bed. Um, and then I woke up around 12 for lunch and ate some of that and went back to bed. And by that time in the afternoon, my breathing was okay, but my heart rate was a little bit high and still oxygen still low. And the doctor finally came around and he said, well, let's give you some more breathing treatments. This is how you feel this afternoon, and we may go ahead and let you go home. I said, okay, well, that sounds good. I want to go home. I want to get the hell out of here. Can't get no sleep. And they gave me some breathing treatments around 4 or 5 on that Friday afternoon. I had a bad cough and spell again, really, really bad. And by this time, they had me on oxygen off and on. They finally put me some back on the oxygen. They gave me more breathing treatments. And the doctor came back around before 6, and he said, well, we're not going to let you go home because your heart rate's still high and your oxygen level's low. You know the little things they put on your finger, that machine goes beep, beep, beep? And they had another machine on me because my heart rate, anytime you moved or jump or anything, the machine goes haywire and beeps a lot. People come back around and check on you. And they said, the doctor confirmed what the emergency room doctor said. He said, well, let's go ahead and let you stay for another day or two and get your heart rate controlled, your oxygen level controlled, and your breathing and coughing. Because what they were trying to do on Friday and Saturday was there's a double-edged sword with cough syrup that they gave me with codeine in it. Is they want you to cough it up, the stuff in your lungs. They want you to cough it up to break that mucus up. So if they give you a cough suppressant, you can't get that out of there. But I was coughing so badly and just, getting really low oxygen. That's a double-edged sword. Do I cough to death or do I die from pneumonia? Which is it? So they gave me all kinds of different drugs, and Saturday I had to get to go home. Sunday finally came around, and let me tell you what happened on Sunday. Sunday morning was doing okay. Then afternoon, I decided to walk around, just get tired laying in bed. And what was that mistake? Sunday afternoon, after I ate my lunch, I went to walk around. I was in the hallway walking around, and all of a sudden I had a very bad cough and spell, really bad, to the point I was almost blacked out. I could not stop coughing. I could not get a deep breath in to breathe, and I fell in the hallway. And boy, that hurt. It hurt my right side on my rib cage. I kind of fell. I didn't feel flat straight. I kind of fell to the right because I was bending over coughing so much, and I hurt that. So they got me in the hospital bed. 5 minutes later, I went ahead and ordered an X-ray. I went back to the X-ray downstairs in the emergency the imaging place and got an X-ray, and everything. There's nothing broken. Thankfully, they were worried about I did break something. Because coughing so much. So they gave me some more drugs. They said, well, we're not gonna let you go home today either. So I got, I was hurting a lot, and they got me situated back in the room around 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And the nurse came by, and they gave me more drugs, morphine, and they gave me cough syrup to stop the cough, and they gave me some, a muscle relaxer. Because I was hurting so much from my back and my chest and sides from coughing so much. And they got me on the oxygen, and I was really feeling dizzy and lightheaded really bad, and they gave me breathing treatment, all kinds of drugs, okay? And here comes the chaplain. Now, I could have sworn I told him I don't want a chaplain. But he came in, and my mother was there because they called her because I fell. So, she was there for a couple hours. And here comes the chaplain. Now, they gave me all these drugs like 30 minutes before he came. So 30 minutes after, 30 minutes later, he came and he asked, how I was doing all this. And I told him, not very good right now. They gave me a whole bunch of narcotics right now. They gave me something for nausea, morphine, muscle relaxer, not pills. They gave it to me via, in the IV. So it hits you pretty fast. real lightheaded, and they gave me a whole bunch of nasty cough syrup to drink with codeine to suppress the cough and the breathing treatment. It was nasty stuff, and he, all of a sudden he just got really pushy with questions after questions, and asking personal questions that has nothing to do with anything. He asked me how long I've been at my job and all this, and I kind of told him again, I really don't feel like talking because I'm sick right now. And he wouldn't take the hint. And my mother was in that room, and she was sitting by me in the chair, and I was in the hospital bed, and her face got red. Now, of course, my face was red from coughing so much, and then the nurse heard me coughing so much. I start coughing again, and they gave me another breathing. Thankfully, the respiratory specialist came back because they changed the drug they used for the breathing treatment. And finally, the chaplain left. But he was just really getting pushy and asking personal questions that really had nothing to do with anything. He asked me if I made good money and all this, and I'm like, well, what do you need to know? And the respiratory specialist, I've seen her a lot for the last couple of days, and she was really nice. You could tell certain people that you can really talk to, and certain people you don't really. It will go out one year or another in the hospital. Some people, sometimes you get like patient texts that don't do with a damn, and some do. Certain people. And I just told her, and my mother popped up and said something too. And I told her about that chaplain. She said, I'm not the only one who complained about that. I guess he was new or something. I don't know. She said, I'm going to pass this along to our patient advocate, so they may visit you either today or tomorrow. Well, guess who came to visit me on Monday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning? The CEO of the hospital. And I just told her nicely, I said he was very pushy. He was asking personal questions that didn't matter, really nobody's business. I mean, I'm not going to discuss my salary with people up here. And I told him about 10 times that I just had a lot of drugs just given to me. I'm really sick right now. I don't feel like talking, and that's about what, you can only tell a person so many times. I told her, thankfully, that respiratory specialist came in at the right time. Because at that particular time, I was getting like breathing treatments over 30 minutes to 15 to 30 minutes. They use different different combination drugs. And the CEO apologized for that, and they will mark it on my medical record for him not to come around me. And she says they will look into this. She didn't tell me if anyone else complained about it. But I told her he really made me feel uncomfortable. I mean, here I'm trying to recover something, and here, all this drugs is given to me. You don't want to have in-depth discussion about something if you've been given narcotics, lots of them. And she apologized for that left and right, and she left me her business card and let her know if there's any other problems that arises. Real nice about it. She was very, very nice. And I said, okay, thank you so much. And she said, well, let me let you go and let you get some rest. And the doctor came around that afternoon, and he said my heart rate looks pretty good today, and the oxygen level looked okay. But the coughing was a little bit was getting better, so he changed it and gave me different kind of cough syrup to take. And I got better, and I finally get to go. I went home on Tuesday morning, finally get to go home. And boy, coming off those drugs, bad headache, which, I knew that was going to come down the pipe. It's like a hangover headache. You get all that stuff out of your system. I was all bruised up from IVs and lab work. And I got in to see my primary care doctor yesterday. By the way, I think they took my X-ray every day, and it looked better and better and better. So the antibiotics that they were giving me was making it easier to, and it was breaking up the pneumonia, I guess, what you may say. The X-ray looked better and better every day. And I went to the doctor, and they took an X-ray, even though they could view it from the hospital. And he changed up my medicine. He gave me Symbicort. I've seen this on the TV before. He gave me some of this to take, and this will, it was better than the one they gave me from the hospital. He said this will really open up your airways to breathe better. He told me to get this as well. This will break up the mucus inside the lungs. He said the primary goal at the hospital was to suppress the cough long enough I can get some good oxygen. And because with pneumonia, you want to get that stuff out of you. Now since my cough is getting controlled, now they want me to cough it up now. So to get that, break up that gunk, they gave me Livaquin to take and another antibiotic. I have a big bottle of nasty, nasty, nasty cough syrup to take at nighttime. He said, do not take that during the daytime because it does have codeine in it. So take it at night so you can get some rest because, I told him I haven't been sleeping for days on end during the nighttime. They gave me little things called Tessalin pearls. I don't think it's in here. To take during the daytime, he gave me I think he gave me a low dose of that. He said that will a little bit suppress the cough during the daytime. A little bit, but he told me not to take it constantly. He told me to take it like one in the morning and one in very late evening. Let it during the daytime. Let that stuff come up. He said I should get better. However, he did tell me immediately go back to the emergency room if I get that way again. If I can't stop coughing and I can't get a good deep breath in. So for the last couple of days, I'm getting better, thankfully. Thank God. Because Friday was my birthday, and next time, I think next week my family's going to take me out to eat finally. And I know I'm noticing my cough is getting a little bit not. I mean, it's not like it's bad, like it was bad, but it's better. They also he gave me some Tramadol to take and some Vac. Then they gave me Vac when I was discharged from the hospital. But of course, Tramadol's not as strong as Vac, and so he said taper down to Tramadol because I told him I just hurt all over the place really bad. I really felt like I'd been hit by a car. And he said, yeah, you will feel like that. And he said the coughing can last up to a good 3 weeks. And he said, just let it, time, just let it cough up that mucus. But at night time, if you get so bad, take that cough syrup with codeine and get some sleep. And they checked my heart rate and that looked good. And they checked my oxygen and that looked pretty good. So finally, I'm home. I haven't been to work since last week, and I took the whole week off. My employer probably thinks I'm on vacation somewhere, but I did tell them I was in the hospital. I don't. He said if I feel good enough, I can go work next week. But then he turned around and said, get as much rest as you can. Take it extremely easy. Do not do any lifting or do any kind of exercise that makes you breathe hard. Don't do that. Which I kind of found that a little bit weird. Well, although I guess if you become out of breath, it's harder to catch up. Get good deep breath in. What else did they give me? They gave me something else I haven't picked up from the pharmacy yet. Oh, prednisone. He gave me prednisone, which I have to take the Carafate with that and the other stuff I have from the gastric bypass doctor. I lost 20 pounds since I've been to the doctor, which that's good. I'm really swollen still from all that fluid they gave me. I pee like there's no tomorrow for the last couple of days. But I'm doing a lot better. I'm doing a lot better now. He did. I was there for a good hour, and he said pneumonia is not something that you mess around with. And he said you did a very good thing to go to the emergency room like that because if you never went and never got detected, you can actually get. You can have some bad health problems with pneumonia. You can get bedridden really fast if you don't take care of it. And once it gets into both lungs, that's when you get in bad trouble, big time. Um, so luckily it was in the left lung and not in spreading. Luckily it's better. Because I saw the X-ray myself, and boy, he was really fuzzy compared to the right lung. So that's good. That's a good news. It didn't spread. Um, but I'm doing a lot better, and I hope that I never see it. I hope if I ever go back to the hospital, I hope I never see that guy again. That chaplain. I mean, it's like I said, he wouldn't take a hint to go away. I mean, why would you have an in-depth conversation with somebody that just had narcotics given to them? Why? But I never had a bad experience except that one with the chaplain. I mean, I've been to other hospitals, like for instance, my gallbladder, and the chaplain came in before surgery and asked, "Can we pray for you and how you doing? And if you need any kind of services, we're here for you. Just let us know." I mean, real nice people, but this guy, I don't know. I mean, he was really kind of out there and just pushy and ask personal questions and where I live and all this and how much do I make good money? I don't know. Guys, let me know if that was just me or just does it sound to him he was really pushy, really pushy. um, that's about it for the update. I forgot. I totally forgot about this. I got a letter from Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I'm kind of upset and I'm gonna have to do another video about this later on today, maybe. I got a letter stating that my PPO plan will not be available in 2016. The healthcare.gov exchange plan I have. Um, and apparently I got this sometime while I was in the hospital. And I finally opened it up yesterday when I got home from the doctor's office. It just says that your PPO plan is not going to be available in 2016. Please stay tuned for current. Please go to our website for updates, or we also going to be sending you new letter. More paperwork in November. So I went to the Blue Cross Blue Shields Texas website. I'm sorry, folks. This is going to be a long update. And I was looking, just for general, I was looking to see, well, what's this mean, And I checked on their news release, the news section. I thought one of these over there. Boy, it was. Apparently, this was going back to July. They decided to cancel all PPO policies in the state of Texas, effective January 1st. All individual PPOs, regardless if you have healthcare.gov plans. Supposedly, they're claiming that they lost $400 million more than what they paid in the premiums. I said, oh my God. And supposedly what they're going to do is transition everybody from who has individual PPO, they're going to transition everybody into HMO. And that's what I'm scared about big time. Because we see them care from specialists already. Right now it's not affecting the group coverage side. But I can guarantee you in the year or two it will. And I can guarantee you Blue Cross Blue Shield Texas is doing this already, canceling PPOs. Other carriers are going to be following suit as well. Because in an HMO environment, that's how you can control your cost. With the PPO, you can go to any specialist you want to without a referral. I'm afraid this is a death knell for Blue Cross Blue Shield. It really is. And I did some Googling and find out that they got permission from the state insurance department to withdraw from the PPO. You imagine, and they say it's like 400,000 people who's affected by this. And supposedly all the PPO providers, if they elect to keep Blue Cross, will be taking Blue Cross HMO. If you want to read this little thing here. I'm going to do a second video because this is just too long. So stay tuned for part 2 about this.